Sadyojat Shankarashram Swamiji. A warm welcome to all the sadhakas who are joining this 8th edition of the Sampark online series from all around the world and from India. आता आम्ही सभा प्रारंभ प्रार्थनेने ह्या कार्यक्रमात सुरुवात करूया. दक्षिणास्य समारंभा शंकराचार्य मध्यमा अस्मदाचार्य पर्यंता स्मर्या गुरुपरंपरा श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानाम आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शंकरल्लोकशंकरं शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवाप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. परिज्ञानाश्रम श्री गुरुशंकर परिज्ञानाश्रम शंकर सद्गुरु केशव वामन कृष्ण पांडुरंग आनंद परिज्ञान गुरु सद्योजात शंकर सद्गुरु गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ओम शांति शांति शांति. Jai Shankar. To start the session, I would like to invite Shri Arun Heble Ma'am, President of the CHF in the US, to say a few words.
Thank you, Aditya ma'am. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Shri Bhavani Shankaraya Namaha. Om Shri Matre Namaha. It is very wonderful to be here today to listen to Swamiji Samparka. It is a great pleasure for me to welcome you, Pujya Swamiji, into our homes in the USA. On behalf of Chitrapur Heritage Foundation members and all other Amchis in the USA, we thank you for your guidance, support, love, and blessings. And we seek the same in the future. And with this, and without any further ado, let me send it back to Aditya ma'am, as we are very anxiously waiting to hear Pujya Swamiji's Ashirvachana. Thank you.
Thank you, Arun ma'am. Now I would like to invite Shri Praveen Kadle ma'am, President Standing Committee at Shri Chitrapur Mutt, to say a few words.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Shri Bhavani Shankaraya Namaha. Om Shri Matre Namaha. परम पूज्य स्वामीजींगल चरणांक स्पर्श करनो दो वर्षोली स्पर्श करनो हांव म्हाका एक 5 मिनिटाचे स्वागत पर भाषण करता. This year now, of course, which I would say started from, according to me, started in November, when we, on 21st November, we celebrated Swamiji's entry into the 60th year. And we are going to celebrate this as a Shiva's Sadyojat, which for all of us, for all the laity, as you can say, Bhaviks, सगळ्यांगल दृष्टीने हे शिव सायुज्यम वर्ष एकदम इम्पॉर्टंट असं आणि आम्ही हे एक विंगड प्रमाणात स्वतःचे सेलिब्रेशन करचे सती. From time to time we will come back to all of you in terms of how we will be celebrating this. But at the beginning of this period, I just wanted to talk about a couple of initiatives which we have taken. So first is the initiative which we started in terms of what we call as the launching of the Viniyoga Endowment Fund, which is basically from the point of view of creating a corpus at SCM level for meeting all the Viniyoga expenses of Chitrapur Mutt at Shirali, as well as all the Samadhi mutts. And I'm happy to say that we made a very good beginning with Ashok Kulkarni Mam from CHF USA, who came forward and made the donation of rupees 4 crores towards this Viniyoga endowment fund. And of course, we have started getting the amounts towards the building of this corpus. And I would encourage all of you to support this initiative. Anybody can contribute about 50,000 rupees towards the corpus. And of course, in CHF, in USA, you can all route this, whatever donations you would like to give towards this endowment fund, you can route it through CHF. And Arun Heble Mam and his team will help you in terms of giving you all the information. So that's the first initiative. We also, prior to that, created a new Apex committee for all our educational institutions, and some of the very eminent people who have spent their entire life and career in education have been made members. They have been guiding us, and their kind of a contribution is helping us in improving the kind of a, I would say, whatever we can do on the education side. As you know, education is one of our most important verticals, and we are more than 3,000 students across 5 or 6 institutions. I don't need to name all these institutions, but we have been kind of building the education vertical in terms of how we can contribute towards the society. So that's the second initiative. And the one which we recently launched, when we had the NRI Shibir last month in December, is the Bhanab Seed Capital Fund to encourage the Amchi youngsters take entrepreneurship in a big way. And so it was Swamiji's, in a way you can say, dream, desire to help Bhanabs, or especially the young Bhanabs, to get into the entrepreneurship mode. And he suggested, and he in fact encouraged all of us to launch this Bhanab Seed Capital Fund by contributing rupees 1 crore from its Padakanika account. And I would welcome all of you to again contribute towards this fund. Anything above 50,000 rupees can be donated. I must also say here that when this announcement was made in December, just about a month ago, Shashank Honavar Mam from USA, member of CHF, and who is in today's virtual meeting, you can all see him. He, at the same time when the announcement was made, immediately WhatsApped to me that he would like to contribute 5 lakh rupees towards this purpose fund. So thanks, Shashank Ma, for immediately contributing 5 lakh rupees, and maybe you can spread the word around all the CHF members. We, of course, would be welcoming all the entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs in our community, as well as individuals to contribute. So we are kind of launching it. We had this the local Yuva Shibir today. We covered that point, and we would be launching it officially with effect from 1st of April 2024. But that's an official launch. But anybody who has got any kind of an interesting proposal or project, they can come forward. They can write to me or Satish Tonse Mam, and we'll take it forward. We have got the Standing Committee Presidents Group, which is a separate a group which has been created, and you can always write to us. So we would come back to you, as I mentioned, about how we are going to celebrate the Shiva Sayujam year. And all of you are requested to come to India, those who are living in India and those who are participating in today's this Samparka session. I will request all of them you to participate, not virtually, but physically. Come wherever the programs are being held in different cities in India. So with that, I will close my Swagat Bhashan, and I seek Swamiji's blessings, and I now request Swamiji to. We request Swamiji to kind of आमका कृतार्थ करका स्वामीजीने चांगलं स्वागत आशीर्वचन देऊ म्हणून. So thank you.
Mahadev. Anandashrama Shishyagryam Svanandambudhi Majjitam Anandashraminam Bande Parijnanashramangurum. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Bhavani Shankaraya Namaha. Shri Matre Namaha. तुम सगळ्यांक पळोवन आयकून मस्त खुशी जाता आसा. एक थोडे दिवस पयलींची कितले दिवस जाले NRI शिबीर जावन. संतोष शशांक मॅम ए माइक्स ऑफ आसत तुमगेली.
झाले आता 27 दिवस झाले. 27-28 दिवस झाले.
Okay, it doesn't seem like that. So good to see you all again. अद्भुत एक कार्यक्रम झालेलो. हे एक एक्सपेरिमेंट आम्ही 20 वर्ष पहिले केलेलं आहे. बट ह्या पण इतकं गमत झालंय. आणि त्या शिबिरांतून दोन्ही युवा आयली. ह्या पण they had not planned it out. आयली and they got to meet each other with their families this time. वेदांत कुलकर्णी आणि गौतम अमलाडी दिवगी. It was very nice. आता in the midst of another ship. हंगाचे चलतस मस्त खुशी जाता. आता तुमकां सांगचें गुरु शिष्याक स्वीकार करना फुडें आपणाल गर्भांत दवरता म्हणून शास्त्र सांगता. 3 रात्र्यां खातीर for 3 nights. आणि मागीर ही डिलिव्हर्स ती शिष्य. आणि त्या वेळारी सगळे दैव येवन पळयतात खंय ओ हा ब्रह्मनिष्ठ हागल जन्म जाला. दिस इज अ एक्स्ट्रीमली पर्सनल गुरु शिष्य संबंधाचे असता न्हय की ना. तितून तयार करता 3 रात्री मोकळले. रात्री अंधकार निद्दोवचें कळना सुशुप्ती. आता चायल्डाल एक इन्फंट पोषण कशी जाता रात्रींतूच जाता कळना. द मदर टेक्स केअर फीड्स इट. द ग्रोथ इज हॅपनिंग. द चाइल्ड इज नॉट अवेअर द इन्फंट वय की ना. तशी शिशु सदृश आसा. आपण इतलं करता तप करता आय हॅव टू लर्न दिस हें सगळं आसता. बट द ॲक्च्युअल ग्रोथ दॅट इज हॅपनिंग द शिष्य इज नॉट अवेअर ऑफ इट. द स्पिरिच्युअल डायमेन्शन म्हणटा ती ओनली द मदर नोज. तशीच द गुरु नोज. सो फॉर द शिष्य इट इज स्टील अंधकार ओनली. अर्थ जातस वय आरामशीर. जस्ट लेट अस dwell on these concepts. ईशा आमगेले कैवल्य उपनिषदांत थंय सांगल्या कशें करचें हें कशें हें प्राप्त करचें थंय संकेत दिल्या ती. अथाश्वलायनो भगवन्तं परमेष्टिन उपसमेत्युवाच अधीहि भगवन् ब्रह्म विद्यां वरिष्ठां सदा सद्भिः सेव्यमानां निगूढां. मस्त अध्ययन केलें हांवें शिष्य म्हणटस जाल्यार ती एक ब्रह्म विद्या म्हूण आसा. तें प्राप्त जाल्यार कृतार्थ जाता ती. तें म्हाका दी म्हूण प्रार्थना करता. थंय तान उपदेश सुरू जाता. आचार्य सांगता ते. सो तशी आमगेलें एक वैयक्तीक शिष्यालय परिपाक हाडून मागीर ताका ही इज रिलीज्ड मॅरी एज एन एनलायटन्ड बीइंग. हांव आतां पर्सनल स्तरार विचार करतना एक समाजाची तशी जाता असो म्हाका अनुभव जावच्या सुरू जाला. इन द लास्ट 26 years हांव पळयल्यार ही गुरु शक्ती कशी मगल एक मार्गदर्शन करतस एक तयार करतस बा तशीची समाजाकय तयार करतस. This is something I am feeling very intensely, especially because of the consecutive shivers कसन झाले आणती तशी. 20 वर्ष पहिले आम्ही कल समाजाक दिलेले आहे, समाजान कल ग्रहण केले, स्वीकार केले. आता मी कल देतो सती आणि समाज नवी सदस्य यावती, पैलधोन संबंध आशिले यावती. They are also learning new things. We are growing as a समाज. एक परिपाक्यतस समाजाक ग्रहण करचांतो. हें म्हाका इतलं स्पष्ट गुरु दाखवून देत असती की म्हाका आश्चर्य जाता. वैयक्तिक स्तरार हें एक साध्य दिस ग्रोथ. सामाजिक स्तरार सुद्धा whoever has been connected संस्कार सती आणि I belong म्हणते एक धारण दवन येता ती तांगेल पार्टिसिपेशनांत आमी पळयत असती. They are also getting the same benefit. It's not that, oh, आता तुम्ही आयल्यांत नव्या इतलं वर्ष नाशिल्ली, now you have to start from scratch, go back. नाही. Within no time, within equivalent to 2 shivers, we are on the same level and we are moving ahead. So I don't have to go back too much. First timers म्हणून. Gel well, आता अशे लास्ट शिबिरांत येणाऱ्या शिबिरांत जाल्लेली contrary to all our apprehensions, इतलं गमट participation जाल्लें की now I can feel the समाज समृद्ध जावन it is moving forward. This is the परंपरा. एक व्यक्तील कार्य न्हय है. कोण असं मठ म्हळ्यार सगळ्या शिष्य वर्ग अभिवृद्धी जाता म्हळ्यार नव निर्माण जावचें मात्र न्हय. I belong मगन मठ म्हणून तितली एक भाव नसल्यार तांगेली तशीची प्रगती जावच्या सूर जाता. Very swiftly they are brought on the same level as people who have been doing for many years. Believe me, this is happening. ही एक अद्भुत प्रक्रिया आज म्हाका इतल्यांत अनुभव जाता आसा. एक कृतकृत्यतेचो अनुभव जाता आसा. सो मस्त खुशी जाता आसा. आता NRI शिबिराचे तुमकां कसली फीडबॅक मेळ्ळ्या कले तुमकां सांगचेस की स्थळेकर मान.
Swamiji, the feedback has been tremendous. And I think there is a feedback form which is going to be presented to you very soon. But generally, I mean, everyone had a fantastic time. They learned a lot about the community, the history. They learned about the culture and the significance of the mutt in the community. They enjoyed visiting all the mutts along the way from Mangalore. And they made a lot of friends and connections, I think, which is very important. I think they also appreciated a lot of the charitable work that the mutt does in the area, including the schools, Sambitsuda and the Parimochan. And they also enjoyed the outdoor trek that we did at Gesupa. And they got a chance to see some of the environment around the mutt. Very good.
Very true. That was another element we had introduced, especially for the NRI Shibir, the outings.
Right.
As I have repeatedly said, and I can dare to say, before the Shibir, there were a lot of apprehensions. The youngsters who come here, who are going to come here for the first time, how will they take to the mutt environment? Will they be comfortable? So we had planned out outings, treks also. And those were thoroughly enjoyed. But I also got to know that they expressed, I wish we had more time in the mutt. We want to know how it functions. And that was the best thing I could hear. So our next shibirs we'll give them more time in the mutt. They'll get to meet the local Yuvadhara members who are now upgrading themselves into Sanchalakas also. They learn firsthand what the mutt is really doing, spend more time, understand the ERP system, how the office is functioning, etc., etc. I could sense that need and it made me very happy. That will also be fulfilled. This is the first input I wanted, and I'm very happy because then I can continue. The Upadesha that is given to the Shishya when he asks for Brahma Vidya, what does the Guru say? Shraddha Bhakti Dhyana Yoga Avehi. Understand this. Make this knowledge yours. This is not knowledge as an information gathering. This is Brahma Vidya, where you don't perceive Shiva objectively, but you realize him as your own soul. Shivoham. And how is this to be attained? Through Shraddha, through Bhakti, and through Dhyana. Putting all these together, not as very segregated, compartmentalized factors or elements of your sadhana, yoga the way. Utilize your Shraddha, utilize your Bhakti, utilize your Dhyana with one goal, to become one with the divine. So these can be likened to the 3 nights that the Acharya keeps the Shishya within himself, bringing about the maturity before he can be given birth to, so to say. Do you understand this? Is this making sense? If it makes sense to you, the audience also, I can accept, has understood. Because then you'll be doing Vimarsha on this. Shraddha. Guru Shastra Vachaneshu Atyanta Astikya Buddhi. Whatever you understood, this is good. It is good for me. I can do it and I'll benefit. The deep conviction, Shraddha. It starts with, oh, this is my mat. I belong. Makes sense? And then the doors open up. The divine elements accept you, start your purification. That's the first, Shraddha. And once that begins to act in your life, people who have been connected to the mutt for many years, with whom I have been able to interact, I find that the very strong element of Shraddha manifesting even in their mundane lives. It's a very precious commodity. And when they start interacting, when they participate, when they do seva, the bhakti element comes into play. Shraddha, bhakti, dhyana, yoga, davehi. Just that first conviction, I'm entitled to this. It is mine, Shraddha. Bhakti, when you start participating, naturally the divine starts working through you. And then you can really feel the sanidhya, the presence. That is where the bhakti element becomes strong. That's the second night. कल म्हणता तुम्ही gestation period तशी. And then empowered by this, stabilized in this sheer conviction that I am definitely not this jiva, I am much more. But even if I am aware of my limitations, still I belong. The sadhaka is led into dhyana. And in dhyana, the culmination of knowledge, the fructification of knowledge happens. Brahma Vidya. Whatever has been heard, whatever has been assimilated, whatever has been understood intellectually has become a living guiding principle in your life, finally leads you to understand, grasp the meaning of Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi, Shivoham. And in that dhyana, the union happens or the realization happens, oh, I never was deprived of this. I was never anything other than Shiva. I am Shiva. This is our goal. This has to manifest. And through a medium like the Matha, it is brought down to various levels. So that is why we have the woman empowerment, we have the education, all the verticals of the Math, the affiliated institutions. We have to have so many institutions because of the law of the land determines and it demands that you differentiate between religious activity, maybe charitable activity, etc. But all these activities are held together by the Math, giving each individual an opportunity to be creative, to participate, to do seva according to his skill set, so that this final spiritual realization is made one's own. Correct? So this is what we are doing. And in every interaction, especially these two Shivirs, keeping in mind the first Shivirs, something beautiful has opened up, even for me at a personal level. The joy that I sense, the pride that I sense, and the assurance that I'm getting from the Parampara, that something wonderful has really begun. The gelling of the youngsters who came from US, UK, etc., Canada, and the initially hesitant, but then the beautiful participation with the locals has given me that assurance. We are all detecting something which we really belong to. We are proud of that and we want to express it more and more in our lives. Make sense? Shashank ma'am, boliye, aap boliye.
येस हांव चिके तयार केला स्पीच कला मारी प्रवीण मामान सांगेल म्हाका 3 ते 5 मिनट आसा सो
Okay.
ओम
Start.
ओम गुरुभ्यो नमः ओम भवानी शंकराय नमः ओम मात्रेय नमः Jayashankar Swamiji, Jayashankar Kadle Praveen Ma'am and the Standing Committee of Shri Chitrapur Mutt, Jayashankar Heble Arun Ma'am, Pramod Mohan Kurya Ma'am, Karnat Pachi from CHF USA, Jayashankar Yuvadhara's technical team for making this Sampark event possible. Finally, Jayashankar सगळे माम आणि पाच्यांक म्हालगडी आणि चढवांक जे आयचे संपर्कांतू भाग घेत असती. संस्कृती परिचय यात्रा aka the cultural heritage tour हाजे बद्दल उलोवंच पयले संक्षिप्तांतू आमगेल फॅमिली बद्दल सांगता. हांव शशांक होनावर, ओरिजिनली फ्रॉम दादर सभा मुंबई. मगल बायल दीपाली नी देशपांडे, 21-year-old चल्ला सोहम and 17-year-old चली दिव्या. हांव 1997 थानू भारत देशा भायर Timothy missed out on all of the activity post-advent of our dear Swamiji in 1997. खंय पुणी चेडवांचेरी बरे संस्कार जावन आसू पुरा. When we were considering if we can make it to the tour or not and were evaluating the itinerary, the majority verdict was let us go. But there's hardly much going on in terms of activities. After the Shivir was over, the verdict of a majority of Shivirathis, my kids included, was gosh, it was too many activities. We hardly got enough rest. So anyways, this personal experiences. So we learned a lot during this visit, right? Mostly mutt activities and especially how our contributions for various initiatives support community development. That was very, very critical. Ganpati High School, Kotekar School, we didn't get a chance to go to Kotekar, but we got to see many of the positive developments there. And mukhya manari, I'm going to introduction to our main Chitrapur mutt, as well as the many Samadhi mutts that we got to visit. It felt very, very divine, right? Thode mathantu te ghant wadal ki the reverberations that you could hear everywhere was phenomenal. Tamatne introduction to our Guru Parampara. Malchadwani on their own volition decided to take Mantra Diksha as well, which I as a parent felt very, very nice. आणि स्वामीजीन म्हणेल वारी आता तुम्ही शिबिरांतू थोडे फर्स्ट टाइम येत असती. Maybe one more time I will allow you as a repeater. That was very gracious of you, Swamiji. But third time मात्र येताना तुम्ही संचालक म्हणूनच आमकां. And what I felt really, really good was my kids also saying, "Na, Papa, Maka, I would like to go to another shibir." That was actually one of the questions in our feedback survey as well. So both my kids said, "Now I'll definitely like to go back, and hopefully I will be a sanchalak soon." So हे ऐकून म्हाका मस्त बरें दिसलें. आणि as I said, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So मस्त वेळ घेनासतना I will quickly share a few pictures for those of who could not make, who were not participating. So एक minute. I hope this is photos. Let's see if this will do that. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So agdi thode very selected photos kalanti so that people that were not part of the Shivir get to enjoy. So paile amka beautiful aspect of going to Vitla, right? And thay amgal family kula deval nag pratikshta zale tangal khaya shilmur त्या पळोवनची opportunity मेळ्ळी. The second picture is the Ganpati High School, which is almost 200 years, if I'm not mistaken, old. And how the positive development, how it has influenced the locals. This is at the Gaushala, where Dr. Gaurish Haldipur, I think,
Gaurish
Padukon showed us the many different varieties that are there. And here, of course, मठ हांतू थोडे पिक्चर काढलेले आम्ही सगळ्यांना मिळून ग्रुप्स and form करसेव केले ते at the Cambrai farms, and this is the kids having a blast at Alvekodi beach, and of course getting the FaceTime, which is I think the highlight of our Shibir, is that the amount of FaceTime that we got, personal interaction that we got with Swamiji was absolutely divine, fantastic. And as you can imagine, the kids are having a blast, right? And so that's that. I'll quickly stop sharing now. I just wanted to give a quick view into that. And let me see. Okay. So yeah, so आम्ही basically 5 January परत आयली आमगल गाव अटलांटान तू पावली मल चल्ली subconsciously मन भावन मेरो सद्गुरु नाम भजन गुणगुणायता आशिल्ली ते आयकून म्हाका आनी दिपालीक मस्त बरें दिसलें आणि आमगेल्या यात्रा सक्सेसफुल जालेल्या सुखद अनुभव जालो. आमगेली यात्रा सुखमय आणि आनंदमय जावचे मुख्य कारण संचालक कुटिमाम Priti Pachi, as I affectionately would call her, and the whole Sanchalak team. The best of plans can go awry if it is not supported by solid execution. Sagar Sanchalaka koti dhanyawad diunu. Ha Mughal Vanika Hangaji Viram Jai Shankar.
Amit, would you like to say something? Shashank ma'am, it was very nice. Thank you for the feedback.
धन्यवाद.
Thank you,
परम पूज्य स्वामीजी. परम पूज्य स्वामीजी का मगल भक्तिपूर्ण प्रणाम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्री भवानी शंकराय नमः. श्री मात्रे नमः. I'm immensely grateful to you, Param Pujya Swamiji, for suggesting that I participate in the Shibir. Like Shashank Ma'am just mentioned, the Chitrapur Heritage Shibir was a very fulfilling experience for very many reasons that left a deep and lasting impact on me. I'd like to share my thoughts in just about 3 points primarily. My observations on the value of each participant across the different demography that participated, the personal impact of the monumental projects inspired by the divine grace of our Param Pujya Swamiji and driven by the volunteers and leaders of our standing committee like our Praveen Kadle ma'am here. And a quick call to action, both personal and for all of us. So, personal observations that I noticed during the Shibir. There were 3 categories of participants to my mind. Those who were visiting the mutt, our mutt, and learning about our Guru Parampara for the first time. Those whose parents, grandparents, or other seniors of the family are already deeply connected to the mutt, and they now have had an opportunity to connect through the Shibir. And finally, others who are more invested in their spiritual journey with mantra diksha from Swamiji and following the regular spiritual guidance that comes from our mutt. I believe the greatest success of the Shibir was that participants from each of these 3 categories had a quantum leap in their individual journeys and Sampark with our mutt. As for the projects inspired by the divine grace of our Param Pujya Swamiji, and sponsored by our mutt, like the Samvit Sudha, textiles and handmade paper initiatives, a Parimochana project for groups around Shirali, the Ganpati English Medium School, thodi pictures and Attampalaili, and the massive revival, renovation and land repurposing project that was shared with us. Projects for water conservation, sanitation surrounding our households. Kade Aji, Praveen Maman Sangil Manke, Vinyoga Endowment Fund, the Bhanab Seed Capital Fund, just to name a few. I came back wondering deeply how I and the rest of us could contribute Yatha Shakti, Yatha Samarthya to these noble projects. Most of us professionals, most of us as professionals like project managers, accountants, lawyers, doctors, researchers with international experience can positively contribute in a material manner. So just a request to all of us, please let us reach out to the standing committee members and raise our hand, offering our services and support. Which brings me to my thought on what could be our potential call for action. How could we contribute to this journey as Param Pujya Swamiji and the various volunteers, sanchalaks, and prabandhaks of our managing committee are constantly encouraging us? Number one, do not forget our Vantiga. Contribute to your local sabha in the country specifically where you pay taxes, and not through parents, grandparents, or other relatives somewhere in India. Our Vantiga finds its way to these beautiful mutt initiatives that our Swamiji so passionately encourages and drives, that immediately benefit the intended groups. Not just pay a nominal amount, but please make a material contribution. This, of course, is a reminder to myself, but I thought it would be appropriate to think aloud here. And finally, to conclude, as our Param Pujya Swamiji reminded us Shibirarthis often during the Shibir, for the next Shibir, positively participate, but as a Sanchalak and not a repeater. Dhanyawad, Swamiji, Praveen Kadle ma'am, for this opportunity to share some of my thoughts on the Shibir. Jai Shankar.
Very nice, ma'am. Thank you. And you had better come as Sanchalak next time, otherwise your daughter will overtake you. 9-year-old यापन ताईली आपण मंत्र दीक्ष घेता आणि तिक्कल की निमगी ल्यारी नो that is between me, my guru and God. ते सटकोर नु घेतल्या बरे संस्कार मेळ्या ते. आय एम व्हेरी हॅपी. तिक खंय सानस्तान पळयलेलें आनी एक 2 फंत खंय मदीन पळयल्या, बट ऑलरेडी द डीप कनेक्ट आय कुड सेन्स संस्कार. आनी संस्कार मेळ्ळी प्रस्फुटीत जाता ती अशें वातावरणांत ह्याना फुडें. आनी परंपरेची तू शक्ति आसा, कोणाकय सण हो, सगळ्यांकय अपने लपेट में लेके ही आगे बढ़ेगी. कळ्ळें? सो लेट अस पार्टिसिपेट इन दॅट. तें एक निश्चय, कन्विक्शन ह्यातस वैयक्तीक पर्सनली म्हाका हें श्रद्धा, भक्ती, ध्यान हेंकल अशी प्रक्रिया आसा. एक समाजाक घेवन ही परंपरा वता आसा, एक शिश्याक म्हणून न्हय. आतां आमगेले पळयल्यार सगळें गोमटेन जालें आनी इवन इमिडिएट फीडबॅक मेळयलें. नेक्स्ट शिबिरांत ओके लेट्स से NRI शिबिरांत सुद्दां आतां you'll come as families, you're welcome, but I will want some more time with just the Yuvadhara members. आणि parents I can meet them separately. तावळ एक इंटरॅक्शन विंगड जाता. ह्या पण तर जायनी बिकॉज ऑफ पॉसिटी ऑफ टाइम. मस्त सळ प्रोग्राम, बापरे श्वास घेवच्याक फुरसत ना. दे वर ऑल्सो सेइंग वी कुडंट रियली मीट पीपल, वी कुडंट चेक आउट ऑन सो मेनी थिंग्स. आमगेल हांगा बँगलोर थानू करसेवा सदृश बट सिनियर्स येता ती. दे कम इन बॅचेस, क्वायटली काम करता आसता ती, गोईंग थ्रू ऑल दी ओल्ड डॉक्युमेंट्स. ते स्कॅन करचे, हें करचे, एंड दे इवन हॅव लर्न टू रीड दी हळे कन्नडा. The translate kon maka index and that, so I know the importance of certain texts which are lying there. Nobody has read them for centuries probably. Tashi karta sati. I wanted to take them there, show them kashi sav karta sat loka. And next shivirantu tumka matha parisarantunch kal jata sa, along with the volunteers and the akunches, and a little more interaction with the youngsters. Magiri sangati koryada gumte koru. Kashi will plan that out, correct no? My feedback also dim kano tumka. Since you're promising or threatening to come again. So let us plan it out like that. So gomte kon Korea, yapanta Shiva Sayojyam and tumi ayojit kelya. आम्ही जी प्रार्थना करची हाज्याने प्रत्येक साधकाक एक सानिध्याचा अनुभव आणि जाऊं का, प्रतिक्षण जाऊं का, मागेरी हे जगताचा अनुभव जाऊं का, विषय आमी ग्रहण करता आसता ते आमगेले एक रुटीन लायफ म्हूण आसा थंय नॅचरली वी हॅव टू डू वेल बट it's not sporadic ki okay when we make time we are in touch with God sort of a thing karta nachi that constant awareness of the divine which is there not disturbing but always there to protect uplift if we just invoke it त्या एक आमकां प्रत्येक साधकाक आनी स्पष्ट दिसता म्हूण आमी गुरुचरणी प्रार्थना करता ती श्रद्धा भक्ती ध्यानांतो प्रवेशो प्रत्येक साधकाक जावंका चेडवांक सुद्दां हे संस्कार जागृत जाल्या ती एकाच पंथ आमकां मेळ्ळ्या ती तशें म्हळ्यार आमकां एक विश्वास जाता आसा आनी तुमगेले निमित्त आतां समाज म्हणटा ती चित्रापूर सारस्वत न्ही वेगळे लोक येता आसा ती तांकां एक चिकी दाक्षण आसा बट वन्स दे स्टार्ट यू शुड बी देयर एज संचालक एज फॉर मी कळ्ळें that is the whole idea at ह्या शिबिरांत आमी पळयलें आमगेले सिनियर संचालक I asked them आमी कशी जितके बॅकग्राउंडांत आसता ती तुमी तशी बैसा ती म्हणून ऑब्झर्व the youngsters took over and it was beautiful तांगेले तें एक कॉन्फिडन्स परम एक विनम्रतेन कोमटें कोण केलें आज ही एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप आजकल प्रेजेंटेशन जालेलें एक what was it, the first one, what do you call it, the points that were given teams no they were given some problems and how will you tackle it or how will you start an enterprise 20 minutes 3-minute presentation korno ani they had to do all the manthan and pat present kele they are not trained for this but it was done with such dignity and clarity even the presentations magiri आमगेलो हेमंत मल्लापुर मामानी तागल एक्सपीरियंस दिले and guidelines दिली wonderful Magari Satish Tonse Mam spoke and this was beautiful. He said, I'm not speaking as an entrepreneur, I'm speaking as a parent of an entrepreneur. That message also. Zalyane job sort mal hankart mal kul ek thad sur zata zalyari kati ek सहन कोरका प्रार्थना कोरका आणि हेल्प खंय करचेस कोरका यू कांट से हँकल करता स म्हणून एनकरेज केलें ना ही इज डुईंग वेरी वेल सो तांक आमकां बोध मेळ्ळो सो आय थिंक ईच युवा कुड रियली अंडरस्टँड एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में कल्ले इट्स नॉट अ get rich quick sort of a thing but when Praveen ma'am started कशी आमी एक through Praveen ma'am, what is that your advisory hand?
Prachita's advisory services.
We'll get professionals to guide the youngsters also. Now it's really taking shape at every step they require. So tanka project report taiyar kuch assistance mage tangal capacity polonu feasibility polonu ekpan zaina for help coach not just giving money. Tashi hand-holding samazatale and here again as Amit said probably you can also people like you with anubhav can start participating guiding makes sense then we'll designate and we'll have local lawyers etc also to help them it's a beautiful thing and you'll enjoy that because ta shikaitana you'll also learn kitlki right na ani when you have to express what you have gone through you will be ruminating over what things you could have probably handled better, you will also grow. समाजाची एक अभिवृद्धी even at this level, in a very mundane business level म्हणता ती, still we are spiritualizing it. That is the beauty of it. मागे ते सगळे activity, ते group activity पळोवन आमगेल मंगेश शिखर मेने mom also brought out something. He said, in a group, 7-8 लोक विचार करता असती, but there may be 2 or 3 who sit in the background fade off the more active and enterprising they start the discussion and there are 2 or 3 who don't get involved probably but some of the yuvas in these groups individual groups they took it upon themselves to encourage bring in those youngsters also in the discussion currently now that was the beauty of it. So I said, this is a motto of our mat. You are going to consider everything and then you're going to make your presentation sampashyema vipashyema. But in the process, If you're not sensitive, you're so carried away by your own ability to give new ideas and not realize that 3 or 4 of your own group people are sitting quiet. You have forgotten the first element. The prarthana is chakshurno dehi chakshusham sati, but give us sight, give us vision. And that sight is not just this sight. Give us the sensitivity. Chakshur vikhyai tanubhyah. Maybe at every stage, in all respects, understand what the need is of people near us, not get affected negatively by it, but be able to contribute at each level. If you're obsessed with ourselves, then zaina, karne. So that sensitivity also, kam kartana, anmagir present kartana, keeping the whole thing, move ahead. Sampashyama, vipashyama. He brought that out also. So that whole experiment to us was a wonderful thing. We're going to have more of these activities also, which I think you guys will really, really appreciate. And that is when seniors move back a little. Correct? That is my learning. Thanks segregation. Child Wangel Padele. Ani Magere Amikal Sanche. Sayuj Shiva Sayuj लक्ष्य दो नो तुम्हें कल कार्यक्रम करता सके तय शिव सायुज्य तुमका प्राप्त जोंका म्हणो सायुज्य मुक्ती मेरी वस्तुतः शरीर पाता नंतरची एक क्रम मुक्ती म्हणतात. There are level stages. Acharya says that sayujyam I am experiencing in this body itself. First, I sense the presence of God. I feel the nearness of God. And as that energy arises in me, I can influence people around me so that they also sense. Then I'm in Shiva Loka. Titul Zaina Buddha, I can become one with Shiva. So, Sayujyam Mama Siddham Atra Bhavati He Swamin Kritarthosmiham. कृतार्थ झाला ह्या जीवनांतूंची जीवन मुक्ती म्हाका प्राप्त जाली म्हणून आमगेली ह्या वर्सा प्रार्थना ह्यांची प्योर स्पिरिच्युअल बट manifested at all levels. Work with that strength and that will again fine tune your sadhana. Komten kon korea. Arun Heble mama nikale सांगचस की या विषयांतो 1997 दोनों संपर्कसा बोला. Arun Mama Kale Sanchez, right? Mike.
Everything is explained so well, Swamiji. So it's very, very happy and impressed with all these yuvas, what they're doing, and I consider they're very lucky to have Swamiji in their lives at very early stage of their,
growth.
And not only careers, so I'm sure that will be very, very helpful. Next comment this way, if I can. The 3 things I would like them to remember. One is learn. First, they want to learn. They should learn as much as that possible and be the best in their field. The second is earn. And don't be bashful. Make tons of money. Should not feel bad, And then equally important is return, Return to the community. Okay, that's very important. So that's in short. I have to give my little piece of advice, if I may. Thank you, Swamiji. And all because of you, Swamiji, because you are the mentor and you are a tremendous influence on us. Believe me, I mean that sincerely. What you have done for us. Really appreciate that.
तुम्ही म्हालगड्यांनी साहेब केल्या मठाची आणि आताही करतो सती आता आमगेल नॉर्थ इंडिया टूर आणतो तुम्ही पार्टिसिपेट केल्या. Arun Mam was there, Ashok Mam was there. Then we had 280 octogenarians also, and they thoroughly enjoyed the entire North Indian tour. तशी जातस. सो आता म्हणेल बारी पहिलं स्वार्थ आपणा लेख बरेपण जावं का आणि मागीर लुक अराउंड एक परार्थ म्हणतात ते दुसऱ्या खातीर करचें. Then don't lose sight of the parmarth also. है ना? So that is where the mutt element comes in, guides us, keeps us on track. So Gomte Kon Korea, Kushin Korea. Praveen ma'am, would you like to tell us something?
स्वामीजी तुमगल मार्गदर्शन आमका थ्रूआउट असता, guidance, margadarshan. Sorry. So that has been guiding force for all of us, as Arun ma'am said. And I would request all the participants in today's Samparka session, not only those who have participated and those who have not participated. तुम्ही येऊन का तुमगल सगळे इनिशिएटिव्स असती, programs असती, तांतो participate करता. See, finally, Mutt has, in my view, has brought that, given that strength to our community. The Guru Parampara has given the strength to our community, and it's our responsibility, whatever may be our age, the seniors, juniors, younger, middle age people, all of us have to really kind of ensure that this Guru Parampara continues, and we need to work with Swamiji to really make it strong, and it's going to help us, all of us. And it's going to bring the entire community together and really help the community to flourish also together. And finally, as Arun ma'am, you said, and Swamiji also reiterated, जे सगळे आम्ही करत असती, आमगल खातीर करत असती, ते मागीर सगळे आम्ही समाजाक दिवका, आमगल कम्युनिटी दिवका आणि आमकां समाजाक दिवका. So I fully agree with what Swamiji said. So thanks, Swamiji, for your continuous guidance. And you have been a great inspiration to all of us. तुम्ही आमका एक the spiritual path हरवायल्याची, but even otherwise, in our general life also, I would say you have been a great inspiration. And we should all really thank Swamiji, and all of us should really strengthen our Swamiji's hands, and we should really work together towards making our Guru Parampara strong. And it's really heartening that the younger generation is also participating very actively, and we should continue doing that. Thanks for your participation, and most importantly, Swamiji, thanks for your continuous guidance and blessings to all of us.
Praveen Mamanitla, thanks Swamiji Mana Poda. I can't say, okay, thank you back to you, Munu. So I just thank my Guru, Swamyang Sangche, Mak Svikar Kelelyaka, Dhanya Hava, Tumi Makakal Ditta Sati. Again, gratitude. Thank you, Munu. Antarikasa, Ani Tumi, it'll bare lokank maka dilya. Touch Khatir, thank you. So I'll thank my Guru that I've got Praveen Ma'am as president. I've got such wonderful people. And at the in strength yata sati, suddenly, and Kam Koroka, what karya, I don't know. Mak mastakale vision munna. The demand yata, ek adhikar dakai ta shishya, it has to be provided, attended to. Thank you, kal ke prastut karna Guru. The desire for liberation is generated, and then as the shishya responds, the upadesha, the guidance, the shakti is given. Samajik starar zatas anta ek vyavasthata ji koruk sudahitla bare lok yatasati ankal manche gurungel charani dhanyosmi manche. Gomte kon korea anikale tum sutslyari, definitely let me know, keep in touch. Mukhavir shibir zasati, activities zasati, ani Gomte kon korea, we'll streamline it basically, so that ek athya shibirant kash zatas, we get a breather, ani Parichay ani samazatas. Every session is an eye-opener. Oh, I have done so much, thank confidence, I can do better, immediately kartas, no regrets in that. So tashi streamlining akhatira, I will really appreciate correct inputs ailari, suggestions ailyar tumke liye. Gomte kon korea ami prarthan kartati Swamyangel charani sagnankai sukha shanti samruddhi yasha swasthya dimka आणि आमगे सगळ्यांगेले एक मन शिवमय जावंका, बुद्धी गुरुचरणी अर्पित जावंका. घुमटे कोण करूया, खुशीन करूया. इट्स बीन व्हेरी नाईस इंटरॅक्टिंग विथ यू. संपर्क म्हणेल मस्त दिवसान जाल्लो, बट तुमगेल कलकी एक शाश्वत संपर्क आमकां जात असता. तुमगेल चिंतन जात असता, चिंतात जायना, चिंतन जात असता, खुशीन जात असता. अयो म्हणणे अयो करया म्हूण अर्थान जात आस. तांची गुरूंगेल अनुग्रह मजेरी आमगेल समाजाचेर म्हूण आमी लागता ती. महादेव. ओम नंदन्तु साधका सर्वे विनश्यन्तु विदूषकाः. अवस्थाशाम्भवी मेस्तु प्रसन्नोस्तु गुरुः सदा. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखमाप्नुयात्. ओम शांति शांति शांति.